What's the weirdest gift your grandmother ever received? Mine got a high-end sex doll from her son and named it Mildred. It started 6 months ago when my Uncle Dave ordered something online after a few too many beers, as he put it. A week later, a massive box arrived at his apartment. He opened it, panicked, and shoved it in his closet. But my grandma Betty was visiting that weekend and needed a place to store her sewing supplies. Davy, she said, dragging the box out. What's in this? It's perfect for my yarn. Uncle Dave turned white. No, Mom, don't open that. It's a mannequin. For, art. Grandma's eyes lit up. A mannequin. I've always wanted one for fitting my sweaters. Before he could stop her, she ripped the box open. Inside was a life-sized silicone woman with exaggerated features, parted lips, and a very suggestive hose. She was also, thankfully, naked. Grandma stared at it for a solid 10 seconds. Uncle Dave braced himself for the screaming. Huh? Grandma said finally. She's got impressive lungs. Look at those breathers. Must be German. That's one word for it, Dave whispered. Grandma poked the doll's cheek. Soft. Very realistic. Why does she have 3 holes in her face? Is she a flute player? Uncle Dave ran to his room and locked the door. Grandma, being grandma, decided this mannequin needed a proper home. She wrapped it in a blanket, strapped it into her passenger seat with a seatbelt, and drove it to her house. A cop pulled her over for driving in the carpool lane. He looked at the doll, looked at Grandma, and just waved her through without saying a word. She named it Mildred. I didn't find out about any of this until Thanksgiving. I walked into Grandma's living room, and there she was, Mildred, sitting in the rocking chair next to the fire, wearing a hand-knitted Christmas sweater and a cozy beanie. Grandma! I choked out. What the hell is that? She looked up from her knitting. That's Mildred, dear. Your uncle's old art project. She's very quiet. We're making matching scarves. Mildred stared blankly ahead. Her mouth was frozen in a permanent O shape. Grandma, that's not an art project. That's a sex doll. She waved her knitting needle at me. Don't be crude. Mildred is a lady. She doesn't appreciate that kind of talk. I tried to explain. I really did. I pulled up photos on my phone. I showed her what these dolls are actually used for. Grandma put on her reading glasses, studied the screen for a moment, then looked back at Mildred. Well, she said, if that's true, then Mildred has seen more action in her lifetime than I have in 82 years. Good for her. I wanted to die. The situation escalated when I posted a photo on Reddit as a joke. Title: My grandma adopted a sex doll and named her Mildred. They're making matching Christmas sweaters. It got 50,000 upvotes in 4 hours. Within a week, a reporter showed up at Grandma's door. She invited him in for cookies and introduced him to Mildred. The article went viral. 82-year-old grandma befriends sex doll, knits them matching outfits. The comments were a war zone. Then the company that makes the dolls reached out. They offered Grandma a lifetime supply of mannequins if she'd let them use her story for advertising. She agreed on one condition. They have to let me name them. I'm running out of bingo friends' names. Now Grandma has a whole collection. There's Mildred, Bertha, Gertrude, Ethel, and the newest addition, a male doll she named Harold Jr. after my dead grandfather. Harold would have wanted me to be happy, she says, adjusting Harold Jr.'s sweater vest. She dresses them all in matching outfits. They sit in a row on her porch, rocking in unison, staring at the sunset. Neighbors have started leaving offerings. Cookies, flowers, sometimes just notes saying, please don't haunt me. Yesterday, I walked in and found Grandma teaching Mildred how to knit. She's not very good, Grandma sighed. No thumbs, but she's an excellent listener. Never interrupts, unlike some grandchildren I could name. She looked at me pointedly. I sat down and picked up a knitting needle. Mildred stared at me with her empty eyes. Grandma smiled. That's my girl. Now pass me the red yarn. Mildred wants a scarf for winter. Mildred, of course, said nothing. She never does. But she's the best listener in the family. And honestly, better company than most men I've dated. Grandma just turned 83. She and Mildred are planning a cruise next spring. I got her a life jacket, Grandma told me. It was hard to find one that fits her proportions. I didn't ask. I don't want to know.